Man, boys is getting quiet. Go on and get crunk. Head back to Longview, Kelly popping trunk. I ain't even tripping. Riding and I'm sipping. Let me come through 4-4, steady tipping. On that new lat. Watch the trunk crack. Let me sit sideways, CB running back. Maybe AP, maybe AD. I ain't even tripping cause we some athletes. Messing with Smitty in the summertime. He get pissed if we don't make our time. But we gon' get it cause we gotta finish. Nebraska Horn Hustlers, man, we diminished. Put them boys little, paint like a skittle. I ain't even tripping, I ain't never double dribble. Cause I'm a player from the Himalaya. Let me sit sideways, man. Maybe back door, maybe fall off. Sipping codeine cause I gotta kill a cough. Let me sit sideways in the big Benz. OU boys, they my brothers, they my friends. Holla at Coach Sumlin, holla at the Stoops. Let me sit sideways in the two-door coupe. Cause I'm sitting clean, foes on the lean. Look at my pants, got a sag in my jeans. Let me sit sideways cause I'm steady coming. PT throwing that ball, let us humming. I'ma gon' catch it, I'ma gon' wretch it. Man, I'm sitting sideways, boy, show naked today.
All right. Welcome in to Fullback U. This is JD Runnels. I'm beyond blessed to have what I consider my family, Marcus Major Sr. in. We've come, man, our friendship anniversary of just about, man, we've only known each other a year, but it's been a great year. So let me bring him in, Marcus Major Sr. How you feeling today?
I'm doing pretty good, brother. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime, man. I appreciate that. And let's just get right to it, man.
Yeah.
You know, you have a son that signed with us at the University of Oklahoma. Tell me about your football career. Were you amazing like him? Did you work with him growing up a lot? Where'd he get this from?
Well, I definitely, I was on the line though. I've never anything as athletic as he is, but you know, my football career was stumbled and cut short just by my respiratory condition. So, but as far as he is concerned, you know, we've been. I mean, it's been since he was 4 years old. You know, just the work and the back stuff in the backyard. It definitely worked with him from a very, very young age. Man, didn't really know what. All he knew is that he wanted to run the ball. So
yeah,
he's like, well, that's called a running back, son. When you go try out for your football team, you tell them you want to be a running back, and the rest is history.
That's right. Hey, I remember that as a T-Bird when I was young, playing with the Woods brothers back. You know, I was in Millwood. I've told you that, so I wanted to be the running back too. Donovan was our quarterback. Dewan was the receiver. Everybody wanted to be the running back, but they can't. And bless my linemen for that back then. But when did you realize Marcus was special?
Early on, I've noticed that he was physically gifted at a real early age, but you know, when it finally clicked to me is when I actually put him on the field. And shout out to his first football coach, Malcolm Mack. He
great coach.
Was he's first guy that gave him a shot to play. And man, when we put those pads on him and you seen him shoot it up and down the sideline, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is at least something that I need to push him in. You know, And you know, the rest is history from there. Fast
forward, and I don't want to skip over Millwood. We're going to come back to them, absolutely. But we brought up a year ago. You bring him to my gym. What made you make that decision? And thank you for doing it.
Yeah. No, it's been an amazing run and relationship, you know, with you guys, and just him being able to be under your tutelage has helped a lot. But you know, really and honestly, you know, when we first came, it was just about, you know, him getting out there and getting into these camps, and we knew you had a lot of experience with what the goings on and what on at these camps, and so it started as that, just simply as just going up there. We want to get in with somebody who's got some NCAA and NFL experience, somebody who knows something about toting the rock. You know, I didn't know anything about playing running back, so it was just always, I knew the basics, but you know, it was always a goal of mine to get him close to somebody who knew more in detail, you know, and so that's when it started, and then who knew it was going to turn into such a great friendship and run from here. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard the story. You bring him in 13 minutes into the workout, 4 drills into it, after he's mixtaped somebody and exploded away, after he's jumped 6 feet to jump on a 5-foot box, done an L drill, that a short shuttle at almost 4 flat, and then does an L drill just like Adrian Peterson. I send out the tweet comparing him to that. Comparing him to AD, how did that make you feel?
It was flattering, but it was also nerve wracking because it was there's only one Adrian Peterson, so yeah, I knew how people would perceive it, and it was like, well, he's not Adrian Peterson. He has a lot of the same characteristics, a lot of the same running styles and stuff like that. So when I first heard it, it was like I just didn't want it to be too much on him from a pressure standpoint, but it turned out to motivate him and push him, because he had a little bit of expectation on his back now. You know what I mean? And for some kids, it's a hazard, but for him, it ended up being a great tool for him to move forward in a great way.
Did you think his recruiting would ever really take off like that? And what was it like being the father of a national recruit?
No, we didn't. His sophomore to junior year that summer, we had a lot of he and I had a lot of conversations about. He was asking me, Dad, like, what's going on? Do you think I'm good enough, or do you think that this is something that will actually happen? And something I told him and I told Isaiah as well is that you just have to take care of the things that you can control. And once he got into that mind frame and started controlling the controllables, it really turned around for him. And when he did that, it pretty much just put things in order, and God took care of the rest. I always preach that, you meet God halfway, he'll kind of deliver on the rest. So that's what happened.
What do you think Rivals just came out with the ranking, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Rivals camp. That was the only camp he went to. I was there. It was an amazing performance. I think they were idiots for not taking him to the finals. I'll just say that. Marcus was the best player there. You and I have talked. They seemed to like the scat backs at that time. But what do you think about his now 4-star ranking?
To be completely honest, he and I, we could totally care less. With all due respect to the Rivals folks and to everybody else, I mean, that's just the way we're wired. It was never a big deal to him, which in hindsight now I kind of look at it and it's kind of like, well, you kind of want to take advantage of, you only go through this process once, so why not be as highly ranked as you can be? But really, honestly, in the core, he doesn't care, and nor do I. He's focused on getting on to the field in Norman and showing what he can do.
Millwood, I believe, circumstances being what they are, I think they're the best coaching staff in the state. Right. And this is coming from a Carl Albert guy who's very, very blessed with some great coaches. I think we're right behind them. Right. Tell me about how Millwood was so great. What makes them so great from being on the inside, and talk about the transition from Marcus from wide receiver to running back.
Well, I'll start here. I mean, a common misperception with Marcus is that he has very little experience in running back, and is actually the contrary. He's been a running back his entire life. Like I just told the story about him wanting to be that, and how he presented himself in his first football team. So that, I mean, he's had training, and also I want to shout out to Eric Gooden as well, because he was a great player and running back. So he was under Eric Gooden's tutelage for a long time, for years. So. But he went on a hiatus his freshman year, and he wanted to be he went rogue and wanted to be a wide receiver for some reason, which he's really good at that position as well. But I was always telling him, I'm like, Marcus, I think your deal is in the backfield, son. I don't want to crush your dreams, but I think that's what is gonna, that's gonna give you the best chance. So he did that, and he's just so physically gifted, man. I always say, I always told people early on, as soon as the mentality meets his physical ability, he had a chance to be okay, and I think it's kind of coming to fruition right now.
In a month, and not that my tweet made the deal, you had the coaching staff from Millwood, then you add on myself with the tweet, and then, he has offers from pretty much, he's talking to Clemson, but, and I'm pretty sure they told him or you, if you come to campus, they're going to offer something towards that nature. The kid got offered by everybody not named Clemson or Ohio State. Yeah. Got, Alabama, USC, Texas, OU. Why OU?
I think, well, let me rewind one second, because I didn't answer your question about the coaching staff. They've done a wonderful job in Millwood. They have really, and throughout that transition that we talk about, from running back to wide receiver to even in the defensive backfield and things like that, they have really did a good job of mentoring him and making sure that he kept one foot in front of the other. you know, and they got a wonderful program down there. And my boys, he actually has a son. I mean, he actually has a little brother, my son, who's a sophomore there, him and then Jeremiah. So you'll still have 2 majors in the building
Awesome.
as far as Millwood is concerned. So those guys, I mean, Coach Franklin and the rest of those guys, they do a really good job. But as far as Clemson, yeah, I mean, a lot of those guys. I mean, we talked to Coach Venerable several times, and for sure, you know, your tweet and everything like that. I mean, it really opened some eyes, and I think that just kind of got the ball rolling on another level. You know, he had a couple of offers from there, so it's just been a crazy experience. But kudos to you and the coaching staff. I mean, it's just been a lot of guys. God has put a lot of guys in our path along the way.
You got Bulware, Lincoln, Wiley,
Yeah.
a bunch of guys that only really need one name for you to describe their greatness.
Yeah.
Talk about those 3.
Oh yeah, just I mean, that was as far as OU. I mean, it was a no-brainer as far as when we did the evaluation. It wasn't just about staying home and about the easy decision. It was about what was the best choice for him all around, from an X's and O's standpoint, from a coach's standpoint, and just all around. He loves Coach Wiley as well, the strength and conditioning coach. So it just all came together. Coach Bulware's done a great job, because you're talking about a kid who didn't grow up an OU fan.
Alabama fan, I believe, right?
Alabama and OSU, actually.
How about that?
So I mean, he had no interest in OU whatsoever, and it's hard for people to believe that, but that just kind of illustrates the job that the coaching staff has done, bringing him from such a long way. And credit Coach Bulware, Coach Riley, all of those guys. I mean, they just did a wonderful job, and I'm looking forward to. It's going to be scary to see him in such a system. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope the best for him.
I mean, not only does he get to go play with a bunch of 5-stars, but now he gets Jalen Hurts as a quarterback.
Yeah.
What does that mean to your son?
Oh man, a lot of deals, man. From an X's and O's standpoint, I love for all the running backs at OU that you'll have a guy who creates such a demand and such attention as far as keeping the ball on read options and things like that. I mean, Kyler Murray was the ultimate weapon, of course, but now you're talking about a guy who is 230 pounds or whatever he is. I mean, he's built like a H-back or something. I mean, Jesus Christ. So, but as far as the leadership too, on the leadership level, man, a lot of those young guys in that room or in that locker room are going to have a chance to learn from somebody who has done it, somebody who's been through big games, who has succeeded in big games, and so I'm excited about that, for sure.
What's something that fans don't know about Marcus?
He eats a lot.
He's going to the right place then. He'll be fine.
Man, he eats me out of a house and a home. I'm barely here, as a matter of fact. But no, he's as far as Marcus is concerned, he's just people don't know about him. He's very competitive because everybody knows that he's pretty shy and he doesn't talk a lot and he doesn't like to be seen a whole lot. You know, that's just not the way he's wired. But as far as from a competitive standpoint, he's a monster when it comes to being competitive. He and Isaiah, as a matter of fact. I mean, those guys. I mean, you're talking about coming from a competitive family where we compete when it comes to everything, in terms of everything. I mean, even crossing the street. I mean, we're just that way. So you know, he's very, very competitive and that's why I'm so excited to see him in Norman, because I think it'll bring out level of competitiveness.
It sure will. Every day.
It will. Yeah.
Every day.
No doubt.
The two most impressive runs I've seen of Marcus were the run that he had, and you and I have talked. Trace Ford is a great, great player. The run that he had at my pro day event last year dang near went viral. I thought that was an amazing run. The run that he had at Rivals Camp, I got to take a little bit of my words back. Rivals, they're not idiots. I thought Marcus should have been selected. Anyway, I got plenty of friends there.
Oh, no,
they know I love
those guys are great.
They know I love him. And
absolutely.
then I would also throw in, he had a run. I couldn't tell who it was against. You had sent it to me, but he basically gets 60 yards downfield. He's selling his eyes straight up the field, and he just cuts another direction, and the kid just falls right in front. I mean, you know,
I believe that was Lexington.
Okay, yeah, I think that's who it was, black and orange. What's the best run you've seen from him? Was it one of those or another run?
I always talk to Marcus about. I like the runs that move the chains. You know, all the stuff that you see online and all these big plays that he has. And a lot of times, it's good and it's good for highlight tapes. But the best runs that I think he's had, nobody's seen. I mean, as far as on the highlight concern, I think we always talk about moving the chains. This game is about making first downs and stopping the first downs. So he loves the big highlights. So the runs that I like are the ones where he gets skinny, what we call it. He gets in there and he finishes runs.
Sure.
And there was a couple this year to where he's mowing people over and he's using those big quads and big legs that he has.
Your son has some huge quads, man.
It's
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. But those are the runs that I like. I like the ones that are in between the tackles, the ones that move the chains and keep the offense on schedule.
We'll end it with the 4 Twitter questions, and we got to do this again, man. You're a great interview, Marcus, and we've got to do this again. But and I'm going to ask Marcus these same questions, but I just want to kind of see if there's some similarities between y'all. Sure. So how does Marcus plan on this is from @ntom10. How does Marcus plan on preparing for OU now?
I think mentally is the deal right now. I think getting his work ethic the way he wants it to be. I think the mental aspect of this transition is going to be bigger than anything. Unlike a lot of people I see, which I don't read a lot of stuff, but I don't think it's going to be physical as much. I think it's going to be mental, and once he gets into a role and gets into a flow, gets into a routine, I think that's when you're going to see the best of Marcus. But I think physically he'll be able to hold his own from day one. So right now it's just about mentally getting. We're going to come to JD's signing event in a couple of weeks, and we're going to get him gamed up, get him right mentally from a mental standpoint. And that's where we're preparing right now. Physically too, of course. He needs to get faster, he needs to get stronger, but from a mental standpoint, he just got to get his mind right and get ready for it.
Before we go to the next question, just kind of what you're talking about, and why we've become such great family. I can tell you I care about your kid, but for me, my pride is showing that I care about your kid, and by me showing him, I want to see him show me that he cares by finishing.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's my only goal, just like Darwin Franklin made him promise that.
Yeah.
I'm here for him to finish. There's no, whether OU came or not after the AD tweet, that was great. It was just really icing on the cake for the relationship and friendship.
Right. And that's what more so I mean is that him just getting an idea as to what the hell he's going there for, and that's to get a degree. Everything else is ancillary and it's icing on top of the on the cake. So he's got to figure out he knows, but he just got to get prepared to go in there with a purpose and execute.
Who was his idol growing up? That was from @SoonerRF.
Who was his idol growing up? I don't think he really had one. I think he's an introvert, man. So he
is that.
He is that.
Until he gets to the gym and starts playing Gladiator.
Until he starts playing with people in the gym and stuff like that and on the field. But no, I think there's a lot of people, a lot of different people that I believe anyway. We'll find out from him. But I think he takes a little bit of something from everybody. I think Adrian Peterson clearly is somebody who he kind of admires from a personal standpoint and from on the field. I think a lot of the pass catching backs, I think really catch his eye, because he does that very, very, very well. So I actually think we've worked more on pass catching stuff and drills in our own time, personal time, more than anything else. So I think just a mixture of everybody.
@Justin72684 wants to know what's Marcus's goals for his freshman year.
His goals for his freshman year, I think it's to be seen. I think that's always undersold when it comes to freshmen, and it's just kind of assumed these days because you got all these monsters coming out and they're contributing early. But I think to be seen. I think if he can be seen, I think if he can work himself into an opportunity during the week and practice, I think that's what I think should be his goal. Because if he can get on the field, I think the rest will take care of itself.
This one, last one, and again, man,
no
just
problem.
been awesome, awesome
for sure.
interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure my producer will even agree to that. At Timber Ghost, and I'm gonna kind of add on to his question. His question was, how did it make Marcus feel when I made the comparison to AD? But I also want to know from you, how did he feel when he actually got a chance to meet AD at the spring game?
When he got a chance to meet him, I mean, it was just, you could see it on that picture. If you go and look at the pictures, he kind of looks. He has his face.
Kid in the candy store.
Oh man, he's in awe. He is in awe, man. So just appreciate, you and the staff, man, for making that happen.
Before we get into that, I wanted to tell people, and this is Adrian Peterson saying this, and I don't know if you caught this, but I have to brag on your son, and this is his work ethic. Adrian Peterson shakes your son's hand, starts feeling his shoulders, and says, "Damn, kid, you got some muscles on you." That's not me saying this. That's one of the greatest running backs of all time saying that. And then he put him under his wing and started telling him. But again, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
No, to that point, man, everybody, Coach Bullware, Coach Riley, they all did the same thing. They molested him pretty good. And not you good. But yeah, they felt him up pretty good when they met him, man. And this is going from them and even the guys down in Texas. I mean, everywhere. All the guys who he recruited. I mean, they recruited him over the country. But as far as the tweet, he was a lot less bothered by it than I was. I mean, I not that I was bothered, but it was just like, oh my God, here comes the expectations. Here it comes. Oh my God, you got to get ready. You got to be Adrian Peterson. Oh man, no, but he was calm and collected, and he took it in stride, man. It really turned into a token of motivation for him, really more than anything. I think it was validation to us to some degree, but more than anything, I think it just it motivated him to be better. He came back his senior year. He was probably about 15 pounds heavier. He was stronger. He was faster. And not that he wanted to live up to that expectation, but he wanted to be Marcus, and he wanted to be a better version of that. I told him a long time ago, Adrian Peterson is Adrian Peterson. Nobody else will be that. But you got some tools too. So let's go see what you can do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, again, man, let's just go ahead and do it right now. We'll plan it out. Spring game.
Yeah.
Spring game.
Yeah.
We'll do this again. We'll bring Jeff back. Yeah. And again, man, that just honor from my family, Marcus Major Sr. making it here on Fullback U. All right, welcome back to Fullback U, and I'll explain to you why it's called Fullback U. Don't worry. OU is. We're Fullback U. We get left out as fullbacks, Marcus. That's what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? We play a fullback, but we can't be All-Americans and stuff like that. Anyway, I got my man Isaiah Major. I got Marcus Major, two kids that I consider family to me. Currently, Isaiah's committed to UCO. Marcus just signed with OU. How are you guys feeling today? Isaiah, start with.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty great. It's a great day outside.
Marcus?
Oh, I'm feeling great as well. Blessed.
Senior year, Millwood, amazing career. I know you guys didn't end the season the way you wanted to, but I'm just here to tell you, I think you guys have the best coaching staff in the state. You guys created history. You had one of the state's longest win streaks. Isaiah, just talk about what Millwood means to you.
It definitely holds a special place in my heart. We did a lot of great things together. A lot of the guys on the championship teams that we played with, we started off real young winning together, so the bond we had and just growing up and playing football, I mean, it's amazing. Always
a Falcon, Marcus?
It means a lot to me, is what Zay said. It was a special last ride with them. I wouldn't trade them for the world. They always going to be my brothers always. If they need anything from me, I'm here for them always. I enjoyed it.
I'm going to lead into some Twitter questions, and I'm going to kind of adjust them for UCO. But at NTom10 wants to know, Isaiah, how are you preparing for UCO?
Just coming in and being locked in, trying to be, coming in and handling business, trying to play right away. I mean, that's everybody's goal coming in as a freshman, but definitely handling business with my classes and then just taking care of business on and off the field, staying out of the way.
Marcus, how about you? How you getting ready for Norman?
Just really hitting the weight room seriously and preparing for the class. Just ready to give it all my all. Ready to make an impact my freshman year, come in and do work.
Isaiah, this question is from @SoonerRF. Who was your idol growing up? You can do one for life and one for football.
For life, I'll actually have to say two. My Uncle Marcus, who's actually in the room, and my papa, who actually passed away my junior year. Football-wise, I would have to say it's actually kind of funny. It's Adrian Peterson.
That's awesome. Good one to have.
Yes.
Good one to have. Actually, somebody that y'all got to meet. So, Marcus, who was your idol growing up, life and football?
Life, I'm gonna have to say it's my father. He been a big impact on me for all my years. So I thank him for that. For football,
Go ahead.
I really had one like that. I just love the game of football, and I didn't really know who was the star of anything. So it was just I love the game of it.
Obviously, you played a little bit of wide receiver, running back. Did you have a certain position that y'all liked growing up? Watching, what was that like, Zay?
Like this, it's kind of funny because growing up watching Adrian Peterson, like I actually changed my number to 28. I always wanted to be a running back. Life didn't go that way. I'm on the dark side.
Good side to be. Marcus, what about you?
Running back all my life.
Okay.
That's what I started with. I play slot receiver every now and then. Catch out the backfield a little bit.
Justin72684 wants to know what both of you guys' goals are for your freshman year. What's yours, Zay?
Freshman year, definitely. I think one of my biggest goals is just to pass this my first year with great grades of 4.0. But I definitely want to come in and try to start as a true freshman. Try to shake up our division and hopefully go win a national championship.
What about you, Marcus? What's your goals freshman year?
Same thing. Was like I said, come in, making a big impact to the team. Be a leader at such a young age. A true freshman coming in, and just be that guy.
Now, you guys both came into my gym, and I'm not going to put who's the best gladiator player out there or not, okay? I will say it was very, very interesting. It was very, very competitive. Marcus is laughing over here because there was some love made over there. not like that, but there was some tough love. We'll put it to you like that. You guys came in and worked out, Zay. 13 minutes into the workout, I realized that Marcus reminds me of Adrian Peterson. I put out a tweet about that. Timber Ghost wants to know what did you think, and also Marcus's thoughts about when I made that comparison to AD.
My thoughts on it is not far fetched. I grew up with Marcus. You know what I'm saying? We're 6 months apart. I worked out with him day in and day out. I see it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being my favorite player and him being Marcus, it's clearly a resemblance.
Marcus, how'd you feel?
I actually never would have thought I'd be compared to a type of athlete like that. So, it's an honor to be in that category with him. And, it's a shock. Zay been pushing me, ever since I started playing football, So I thank him for that. And he kind of made me, who the guy I am right now. And, I never changed up on him ever.
I can't remember if Zay was there the day we met AD. Was he there that day?
Well, no, he has his own visit.
He wasn't there. I'm so sorry. We'll have to arrange this. Don't worry. I'm going to send him this, and we'll arrange it. But, Marcus, tell me about how you felt when you got to meet AD.
It was a really special moment. He put some great words into my ear, and I'm going to take that and go as far as way I can. But, just seeing him eye to eye, all the times I watch him on YouTube and everything, it was great seeing him.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more Falcon football and we'll end on that. What's the Falcon? I know y'all did a really, really great job as seniors. What's the future look like for the Falcons?
We definitely have some impact players coming back. Miles Wooten, Jaden Mullen just came over from John Marshall.
Evan Richmond.
Just definitely some guys that can make some plays.
Perry.
Yeah, Perry.
Is he coming back?
Perry,
my God, he's good.
Hopefully Juice can step up and make some plays, Jeremiah Major. So they definitely had the coaching staff and the kids to make something shake again.
Marcus, what you think?
Big ups to them. they got to come in, and put work in. But they definitely have the the talent, and the ability to be another state champs again. And I wish the best for them.
Let's end it with you guys' colleges. You're going to Edmond. You're going to Norman. Let's kind of wrap it up with tell me if you're recruiting me, why should I go to UCO? Obviously, you got the new locker room. I don't know. That thing is amazing. Just brand new, everything. So sell me on it, Zay.
I mean, besides the brand new facilities and this and that, they have an extreme amount of degree programs that you can use. But it's in a very home environment. Everybody is family. You know what I'm saying? So when you come in, you welcome with big arms. So,
Marcus, what you think about Norman?
I mean, Norman they're great. The fans there is great. The coaches there is amazing. I think I have a good relationship with coaches. The atmosphere there at OU is amazing. The brotherhood there, it's all good. I love it.
Yeah. I said that was the last question. I apologize, but I got to get your opinion about your coaches. Pickett, Coach Holland, near and dear friend of me, Coach Bobeck. Talk to me about them.
Coach Holland, Coach Pickett, and Coach Bobeck, and Coach Smelser, man.
Smelser, yeah, all of them.
Crazy.
Coach Terrell Jackson. I know all the staff up there.
One of the mottos they live by is if you're not useless, you're useless. So, I mean, it's definitely exciting. They're always on their toes, and it's a fun environment. They love the game of football, and I love it too.
Lincoln, Bullware, Wiley, Marcus, tell me about just the great coaches down there.
Oh, those guys are amazing. I mean, I can't just wait to be coached by him, and be coachable by him. It's they're great. I had good relationships with all of them, Coach Gundy and all that. They're great.
Well, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. I mean, I said, and I told your dad that I thought, we were family, man. But, you guys, man, even though I don't even know if y'all realize we've really only known each other a year, but it's been just a crazy year, man. We've been with a Dallas Arrivals camp, different games. I look forward to more great times, man. I know I don't have the gym anymore, but you guys know I will be wherever you can go play in Alaska, family, and I'll be at every game. It don't even matter. So man, love you guys, and again, we got to do this again, man.
I got you.
You got me again. You got me. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, Isaiah Major, Marcus Major, I appreciate you guys. This has been another episode of Fullback U.